What's up everybody, it's Codex Glitches here, and I'm going to show you some glitches on Terminal. I'm going to get up on this door, you're going to want to come where I do. Jump and push forward and right. Move to the left just a little bit. Jump, push forward and to the right as fast as you can to make it up on this door. That's a great spot. And at the end of this video, I will be showing you guys, I have done this in a real game before. It's really, really useful. When you do this in a game, you're going to want to come down here and plant your tack. Just like that. Now that's a good spot because they won't be able to kill you as soon as you spawn, you just lay down. And if you get overwhelmed over on that side of the jet, you can just come right over to the left side like I'm showing you right here. You can just jump up here on top of this jet, but it's kind of useless in a real game. Because, guys, you're out in the open, it's pretty dumb to go up there. Another way to do this is you can come right up here, do the same way to get up on the hinge, and instead of pushing forward, and instead of looking to the left and pushing forward and to the right, you can actually just jump and push to the left and forward as fast as you can. Both are pretty difficult. The other way is a little bit easier for me. I don't know why I can't do this way. It's the same exact way to do it, but there you go. Just so you can kind of see the door a little bit better. That might be the better way for some people. For me, no, it isn't. I don't need to look at the door for some reason. Here's the next spot. You come where I do, right up the ladder or vaulting up towards the big center of the map oil tank, or whatever that may be. You can either hop up on this air vent, just like that, and then hop off this black box and get right up there. Or, after my friend fails, I come down to show him the easy way. You can just come right over here and hop right up on this little water pipe, and then boom, you're right up here and you can do the same thing. Now on the first layer, not the first layer, but the first level where he just was, is actually a pretty good sniping spot. If you want to lay down there, grab a little bit of cover, you can pretty much kill anybody traveling through that hallway, which is a very highly traveled hallway. My friend finally gets up here, and yeah, it's not very good to be all the way up top though. Now for this one, you come to where I do, you vault up on here, you run. You don't really have to run, but you get into the corner, all the way into this corner. Make sure you're all the way that way. Look to where I do, about right there by the big white post. Hop up, and then boom, you're up here. Now don't go into the middle of this, because it's actually, like, you can fall right through. There's no glass on it. Now this is a straight jump crouch. Now right here you gotta jump crouch as fast as you can. And then you're up here. This is a really good spot if you're a headquarters player. I'm pretty much an all-around player, but one of the headquarters does end up in this room. And it's not very practical to get up there. I will show you a little bit more of a practical one right after this. But you can get right up on the sunglass stand one more time, and then there's that stand in the middle of the room. You can actually get on top of too, just like jumping and crouching the same way. And see, my friend could never stop spinning. And this is a little bit more practical one. As you can see, my screen jumps up a little bit when I step close to that shelf. Now, after my friend gets out of the way, I can show you just how easy this is. This really isn't hard. You just want to get here and then walk around this corner, and then you're right up here behind this sign. Now you can also get to the left of me by walking around the front of this sign, but it's the same exact spot either way you look at it. Then come right back outside the store. You can get right here and sprint jump right up here. And this is not a hard spot to get into, but it's very useful. Now, it's useful for more game modes like Team Deathmatch. Not really Domination useful, even though if you are getting spawn trapped, it's a good spot. Now that's what you're gonna look like when you're up in it. Now people may think that that's not a very good spot to be in, but I do, because look, who's looking up there when you run right around the corner? Nobody. You're always looking for the guy that's on the ground, or the guy hiding behind the bench, or something. Now the next spot that I'm going to show you guys is right over here. Come to where I am on the map. It's right by the store. If you don't know the map yet, no Modern Warfare 2 players here. But you can get right up on here. Now right here you want to line yourself up for a strafe. Back up until your aim is on the object and then turn and jump. That's a strafe jump. Now this one's pretty useful, especially for team death or free for all. Come up here and pick at least, I'd give you 4 or 5 kills before you will get seen. Now people may think, oh well, I'll get spotted. Get those 4 or 5 kills, relocate to a different position, and boom, they'll come right back and look up for you up on top of there, and you're not. You can shoot them right in the back. Now right here on the map is actually a pretty good spot that if you didn't play Modern Warfare 2, you won't know this, but if you did, I think everybody knows about this. You can crouch right under there and get in this little back corner area, and this is a great place to call in kill streaks. Now, if you're a Modern Warfare 2 player, you also know people boosted back there. Now, you're probably thinking, I already saw this playing glitch, I don't need to see it again. Well, maybe you do, because right here on this video, I'm showing you gameplay of me in actual game. Pretty good gameplay, I would say, and I get some pretty good kills up on the top of the plane. I get killed there, but I will run back and get right up on top of the plane. Now, in the rest of this video, I talk about some good things. Now notice, I am very much of a team player. I do not like to lose. That's one of the problems I have. I can't stand losing. So what I do is I capture the flag for the team, and then I come over here and get up on top of the plane. But what I talk about for the rest of the video is some tactics, you know, for domination. Anything like more tips on how to win a gunfight. Some cover tips on how to win in domination. Enjoy the gameplay. Alright, and while you guys enjoy this gameplay, I wanted to talk about domination tactics and just all in all how to win a gunfight. Alright, to start off, you're gonna want to know in tactics how to play domination. To play domination, what you're going to want to do is most effectively try to grab 2 flags and have the other team have 1. You only need 2 flags to win. So, what I usually like to do is I'll grab 2 flags and then I'll cover B and I'll control that area. Now to control an area, you got to know how the enemy spawns and you got to figure out the spawns of a map. In my future videos, I will be explaining the spawns of a map and the function of a map and how the spawns work. Now, about winning the gunfight, like I did right there, you're going to want to always move back and forth. Now what I mean by this is in your moving in, you want to use some cover. Like right there is another example. I saw him, I crouched down when he was shooting at me, and then I pop up because I know where he was. I had my sights already zoomed in right where he would be. Now this can take a little bit of practice, obviously. It's not going to come easily, but with the right amount of practice, you should be able to take out large groups of enemies effectively without dying. And trust me, it's nice. You feel good when you get that few kills. Now, right here, I just shot that guy in the back, but as you can see what I'm doing, I'm not just standing out in the open. I'm in a very open glitch. Like on top of the plane, there really isn't that much cover. So what I'm doing is I'm doing my best to use some cover by laying down, not standing up too long. Every time I pop somebody, I would lay back down. Somebody starts shooting at me here, and the smart thing would have been to do with right here, lay down and use some cover for these little air vents. And you know, you just gotta try to function and use your cover. Now, I understand you're just playing, you're not paying much attention to the game, but you gotta figure yourself out and figure out how to use some cover. You gotta figure out the good cover points, the hiding spots, not really hiding spots, but good spots to kill people from. And once you figure that out, you're set. Another way to win a gunfight will be to drop shot. Now I know I'm gonna get hate for saying this, but I drop shot. One, it is a very effective way to trick people. You come around a corner, somebody starts shooting, you lay down, and they're still shooting over you because they don't think, they're not paying attention. But now if they were sitting behind some cover, they would have easily been able to shoot you while you're laying down. That's just how people work. It's just how the game works. Now, once you drop shot, you just kill them. Now, to drop shot, as you guys probably know if you've seen my other videos, I like to play on tactical. This is pretty much the only effective way to drop shot, in my opinion. You can probably figure a way out how to do it on default, but you won't ever be able to do it as good as you're playing tactical. Now, for those of you who don't know, tactical is when you have your knife button as your crouch button if you play on default, and your knife button as your crouch button. I think I just said that twice, but that's okay. Now you can plant your tac like I do, you know, just messing around up on the plane. Now I want to get you guys' opinion on the auto aim. I think that's way overpowered in this game, and it just does not make sense. If somebody goes running by you, your guy will do a full 180, even though you don't want him to. You know, it's just stupid. And let's think. Now, what about the gun buffs? What did you guys do? Well, I think about the gun buffs. I don't really think that they did that much to a few guns. Like the FAD, yeah, it looks a little bit better. You know, might kill a couple bullets before it usually did, but still a pretty solid gun. Now, the M16, they definitely buffed, in my opinion. What they did was, now it's a 3-round burst. It's solid. If you can hit the guy anywhere you want, he's gonna drop. It used to be like a 6-round burst. Now it's a little bit more even with the Type 95. It's not gonna be as good as the Type 95, but you know, at least they balanced it a little bit. Another gun I really noticed was the AK-47. The recoil is amazing. Now I highly recommend you guys try that gun out. Give it a try. It's a lot better. If you haven't liked it before, you'll probably like it now because it seems a little bit more solid. This guy right here, he's trying to shoot up on the roof and try to kill me, but I'm pretty sure I come right over here and kill at least one of them. And then I run down on the plane, the front of the plane, and I fell off. Thought I killed another guy there. Sorry guys. This guy gets me. I spawn back up here. Plant my tac as always. I'm gonna take out a couple of these guys trying to come back and get me, which is always good. When you're reloading, you want to find cover. You don't want to just be reloading in midair, and not in midair, obviously. I mean, out in the open. Even if you have sleight of hand on, it really is not a good idea to reload out in the open unless you absolutely have to. I always recommend finding some cover to reload. And even if you win a gunfight, per se, and you only shot out like 1/4 of your clip, you should always, and I repeat, always reload. Now this is because you could run around the next corner and have 3 guys coming at you. You'll take 2 out and you won't have enough ammo to finish the last guy off. That's happened to me before. So, you know, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that if you have an option to reload, always reload. That's probably the best option you guys can do. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of my friends have been asking me about Moab tips. Well, I'll tell you this, I don't really have many Moab tips, except just play a little bit more defensive than you normally would. I don't mean camp. That's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I want you guys to think a little bit more strategically. Like, let's say you have A and C, but you don't have B. Don't go charging into B. Hang back a little bit, wait until the flags settle out, wait until you know where they're spawning. Go and grab a little piece of cover, take a few out, move towards them a little bit more, move up. And it's never a bad idea to fall back. Okay? Now, when you fall back, that just means to run back, reestablish a little bit of cover, get a little bit of time to think where they're going, then take them out strategically according to where they are. Now, I know it's hard to think that way, but it's always the best way to play. And when you see a guy, you're just thinking, guys, I gotta get that kill, and you run around the corner and he pops himself. Pop.
Shit, blunts to the head, cush pillows, no mattress, speedboat traffic, bitches automatic, cross that line, fuck